Alright, what's up YouTube? This is CF Rhino here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you my Xsaber deck that I took to my locals, and this is from the 2011 ban list. And I went 6-0 on this deck, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the monsters. I used 3 Dark Souls, just because they're a search effect and they're really good with Gotham and Scrap Dragon and so on. I used 3 Harlem Knights. Their effects are really good. You can basically negate one attack, and if you destroy a defense position monster, special summon an Xsaber. Pretty good. I used 3 Embers Blades. I like to crash into one of my opponent's monsters just to summon another Xsaber. That's one of the good things about using Embers Blade. Plus, he's a level 3, so level 3s are pretty good because of the new X seeds. Only use 2 Bogarts. You don't really need 3. I used to run 3, but I stopped because you can't sync with him unless it's for an Xsaber, and that's really bad. He's basically just a beat stick. 2 Pashuls. I love this card. This card, every time you're getting beat, you can just set him down, and your opponents have a hard time getting past him. The only thing I don't like about him, though, is just the fact that you gotta pay 1,000. I run 2 Fall Trolls. 3 is too much. It's just a dead draw. You know, special summon monsters from your graveyard. Good card. 1 Airbellum. That's all you really need. Good card. Now these are my non-Xsaber cards that I have. I run 2 Effect Veilers. Really good cards. Stops Trishula. You know, all the Brionic and all the Master Hyperions. I just hate those cards. I run 1 Super Nimble. I love this card. I love running it with Book of Moon because they can attack it, and I can summon my Dark Soul in defense. So, and then I book them again and do it again and get another Dark Soul. Really good card. And Gores. Gores has saved my life a lot of times, especially when I have Effect Veiler in my hand. I just like to sync with the token, so that's really good. Now my spells. I run 2 enemy controllers. I'm gonna take 1 out, but for now I'm just running 2. This card really works really good with Dark Soul and Valhalla Knight because his effect. You can really abuse this card. I run 2 Pot of Dualities. They're rares from the tin, but yeah, they're too good. But you really only need 1. I'm just running 2 because I'm trying to find a better card to replace it. 1 Mind Control, Book, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. Those are all the staples. And I'm going to go on to my trap cards. I run 2 Trap Stuns. I used to run 1 and just run 7 tools. But then I got tired of people using Bottomless and so on, so I tucked in another one. 2 Gotham Calls. This card's really good. Torrential, Force, Solemn. Now, Saber Hole, I'm only running a Saber Hole because, you know, Solemn Warnings are like $90, so too expensive. This is sort of my cheap way of using a Solemn Warning. Reinforced Truth, this is basically an easier way to summoning Pashul. Everybody should run this card if you run an Xsaber deck. Now this is a card I like to tech in, Ceasefire, for those Rykles. And there's times where my opponent's left with only like 2,000 life points, so all you gotta do is use it, and hopefully there's 4 monsters on the field. Your opponent takes 500 for each monster. This is a card that I teched in myself. Now moving on to my extras deck. So I'm gonna go start off with the 5s. 1 Catastor. You need to run a Catastor. Notoria Beast. Really good. Stops all spell cards. I run 2 Hunleys. This is the best Xsaber. Destroy up to 3 spell and trap cards. Really good. Barkion. Good. Gaia. You need him. He's a really good beat stick. He can run over Stardust. And the card that I took out was Brio, and I put in my Orange Dragon because I pulled him out of a pack. My opinion, I think he's better than Brio, so Orange Dragon. 1 Black Rose. Airbellum, you need to run him. Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Colossal, 9s, Mistworms, and Gothams. Now only one exceed, and it's level 3. So when I have 2 Dark Souls, or if I have Valhalla Knight or Erebellum, I like to go for him. Now I'm going to show you my side deck that I also use that came in handy. Now some of these cards in here, I take them myself that are different. I run Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. Sorry about that. 7 Tools of Bandit. Light Imprisoning Mirror. Gauze and Match. Starlight Road. Chain Disappearance. Moment Catastrophe just for Gravekeepers. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. 2 Cyber Dragons. Now these 2 cards I put in myself, and they really helped me out. They're really good cards. So you should actually look into them. Justice Breakers. And 2 Puppet Plant. Everybody's got to run a Puppet Plant. And that's my Xsaber deck. Feel free to comment and like, and tell me what I should take out, or any opinions that you might have. Thank you.